Hey guys, I'm back. It's been like over a month almost, I think. I just took a break from YouTube. It was my birthday and Valentine's Day, so I wanted to spend some time on those. So yeah, I could have done videos in between those, but I didn't because I'm lazy. No, but I just took a break because I felt like I kind of needed a break. I was working a little hard on my YouTube channel, so I took a little break, and yeah. You know what? I looked in the camera right now, I feel like just unzipping this. Screw it, let's get into the review. Welcome back to The Funny Show. I am your host, Mr. Funny, and today we are reviewing the newest Marvel movie, Black Panther. I saw it on opening day, and I held it off 2 days because I didn't care. Honestly, I held making this review off because I wanted to get my thoughts on it, because my opinions on this movie are very mixed, but there are a lot of positives. But sadly, there are way more negatives, so let's just get into this review. I say that a lot in my videos. I need to stop saying that. For every time I say get into this in one of my videos, please comment, you suck, Kai, alright? Black Panther's the new Marvel movie, and of course, Marvel gets the money. This is, the 18th film in the MCU, and I'm a huge fan of the MCU. So, obviously, I enjoyed this movie. I would say I would want to rewatch it, but not a billion times over, like Guardians of the Galaxy, or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, or the Avengers movies. I love both the Avengers movies and both the Guardians movies. But this movie is, there are some great, let's start off with some positives. There are some great performances in this movie. Chadwick Boseman is probably the best, and in my opinion, the only good performance. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, he's entertaining. He's not Robert Downey Jr. entertaining. He's not Paul Rudd entertaining. He's just like, I'm not falling asleep entertaining. The other positive about this movie is the costumes. I freaking loved the costumes in this movie. They're all very different and unique, and they stand out, and every time there's this one shot where there's just all 5 or 4 tribes, I can't remember how many there were, but there's a shot where all these tribes keeps panning round and round. There was that one shot, and there's all these different costumes that look so great and bright and just colorful. And that's another good thing about this movie, is that it's just so colorful. A lot of people criticize Marvel because a lot of their movies are gray and dull, but honestly, that's really not the case. If you look at Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok, those movies are freaking colorful, I promise you. They really are vibrant, and this movie is vibrant and bouncing with color. Unfortunately, of course there's always an unfortunately. There's a lot of bads in this movie. A lot of them. A lot of bads. And easily the worst part about this movie is the villain. Now, I watched Chris Stuckman's review before the movie came out, and I know you're going to say that's unprofessional, but in my opinion, I'm actually really good at not going on with other people and what they say about movies. In my opinion, I feel like I am. But he says that one of the best things about this movie is the villain. You can get behind his motivation. You can feel for him. You can understand why he's feeling. You don't agree with the things he's doing, but you do understand his motivation and why he wants to do it. And in this movie, he sucks. When I watched the movie, I was just like, he said he was good. He said, honestly, I'll play a clip if you want. I'm going to play a clip of his review.
And that's one of the reasons why Killmonger is such a great villain. Beyond the fact that Michael B. Jordan gives a charismatic performance, that's one of my favorite Marvel villains thus far, and the best since Loki.
He said that, and of course I was like, oh, okay, I'll look forward to this villain. And I was like, no, he's not as good as Loki. He's not as good as Loki. He sucks. All these characters are good on paper, but when you take them into film, it's boring. It's not entertaining. And it really wasn't fun watching Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan, I hear, is really good. I hear he is very good. He was good in Creed. I heard he was. But in this movie, he's really bad. He doesn't give a good performance. And honestly, he was one of the things that I didn't like about the performances. Chadwick Boseman is really good. And I will commend Marvel, because in all their movies, they normally have a very good performance from the main lead. So I'll give you that, Marvel. But all the other performances are fine, and Michael B. Jordan's just bad. He's not good in this movie. He's not entertaining. And one of the characters, of course I'm not going to give off spoilers, don't worry, none of my reviews give spoilers, but there's a character in this movie that just like the same thing happens to him in Star Wars Rogue One. He was the same person. I don't know what his name is, but he played a character in this movie, and he played a character in Star Wars Rogue One. And they do something to him, like the same thing happens to him. The exact same thing happens to him. I hope that makes sense, but it really frustrated me because it was annoying that happened. And the start of the movie is not good, okay? Like, everyone, like, the first action scene, like, it's in the dark, and Black Panther's in a black suit, and of course, there's a bunch of, just cutting back and forth, so I have no idea what's happening, and it's just really, it's, just crap like that made me, that had me leave with a sour taste in my mouth for this movie. But easily the worst thing that I liked about this movie was, Marvel movies can get a really good balance of comedy and seriousness, and a lot of their movies are able to do this. This movie just can't land jokes. There's a few jokes at the end that really I liked, but Chadwick Boseman's sister, not his actual sister, I don't know if he has a sister, but Black Panther's sister in the movie makes a "what are those" joke. So that's good. Not. Would I say I would rewatch this movie? Yes. Would I say I would enjoy some of the action scenes? Yes. The CGI is not the best. It's not the best of the Marvel movies. There are a lot better CGI. Marvel has a way better effects team. This isn't DC effects, but this ain't Marvel effects. It's somewhere in the middle because DC doesn't have a good effects team. But this movie doesn't have the best effects for a Marvel movie. And honestly, it over-relies on CGI and green screen and just a bunch of crap like that. And this movie, again, I would rewatch it because I think it's fun. And I think a lot of the action scenes, some of them at least, are good. But the stakes aren't high either. Honestly, the stakes aren't high. There's a few action scenes, but I don't feel tension in the scene because Black Panther can get shot in the head a few times, but then when the movie needs him to, he can get stabbed. And he's like, oh, now we're supposed to feel tension. So what happened before? Why weren't we feeling tension back then? And that is one of the problems with Black Panther, is because they have Chadwick Boseman. He's just he needs to be in danger when the movie needs him to be. They make him, he can, take bullets to the head, like I said, when the movie needs him to be, but then we need him to get stabbed and hurt and start bleeding when the movie needs him to bleed and get stabbed and hurt. And that's really a case of a dumb movie. I mean, Marvel knows that these movies are dumb, but this movie, because the jokes fall flat, it makes you feel, because the jokes fall flat, it makes you feel like Marvel's doing a DC thing and takes this way too seriously. But overall, I'm going to give Black Panther a B-. If you're a fan of Marvel or Black Panther, then I would say go see this movie. It's fun sometimes. Sometimes it's confusing. Sometimes it's a a little funny, and then sometimes it's just weird. If you're a fan of film, then I wouldn't suggest this film. It's not entertaining. It's not as entertaining as other Marvel movies. If you want a fun Marvel movie, go see Spider-Man Homecoming. That movie's really fun. So, yeah, guys, that's my review of Black Panther. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Wear your seatbelt. That's the odd ones out. I should stop saying.